plaintiff, Robert Larimore, says for the first 2 years he dated the defendant, everything was good. But it all went downhill from there. Robert claims the defendant's sister assaulted him, and her sister's ex threatened him with a gun. Robert's suing his ex for the value of personal property. Defendant Natasha Harris says Robert comes off as sweet, but he's so cold-hearted that he posted negative comments about Natasha's deceased mother and sister on Facebook. Natasha's countersuing for stolen money.
Start with you.
I met Natasha on Twitter around about maybe 5.5 years ago. She found me from a trending topic I was making jokes on and all that. From there, we started talking. Later on, we formed a relationship and all that. From the first 2 years, it was good, and then from the third to last year, it was nothing but drama with her and her family and all that. From stuff from her own family beating her to her own sister laying her hands on me to even her sister's ex-boyfriend at the time flashing a gun at me.
Why was all this occurring, you think?
I don't really have an idea. I mean...
Somebody put a gun on you, you never bothered to find out why.
No.
Good enough.
I mean, one, he's a gangbanger type.
In the future, somebody puts a gun on you, you say, what did I do?
No, I did. No, the question
That's
is...
why I asked you, what did they do it for?
No, at the time before that, he had come to the apartment we had shared. He had come, and there was nothing wrong with... It was cool. He came to record the studio and all that. There was no problem. Then when he came that day, he was like, nah, I don't like you. Nah, cuz you ain't nothing, da-da-da. And I'm talking to him back and forth, and I'm like, what's the deal? Because when I see the gun...
What did he say the deal was?
He just said, I don't like you. But I don't. And then when I'm talking back to him and all, he flashes the gun when he lifts his shirt up, and I'm like, okay, she's pregnant at the time, so I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna put her in danger.
You're arguing, that's what happens, sir. You go to talking back, that's called an argument, and that's why he pulled his gun out. Now you do understand?
Yeah, completely.
All right, I don't want you to go away still not understanding what happened.
Yeah.
You got a gun pulled on you in the midst of an argument with a known gangbanger.
True.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyways, the things that kind of like made the relationship go on and off, some stuff like when her sister attacked me in the car and all that, she assaulted my mother.
Why did she do that?
Because I honestly don't know. Her sister's crazy in a sense.
That's why.
That's not true.
No, because I had turned around and I was saying stuff to like, don't assault my mom and all that. And when I turned around, she just automatically started hitting me. She was there witnessing.
And you don't know why she began talking about your mom?
She's the one of the type of people that you can't say anything. She can say anything she wants to and anything, but when you say something back in her, she has the problem. She can say anything she wants. She can.
But you don't know why she began talking about your mom.
We had gotten in an argument earlier and all that. She was fighting with her sister in the car and all that, and then I said something to her. She said something about my mom. Then when I turned to the side to say,
once again, you were in an argument because you talking stuff right along with the person. All right, go ahead. You talk stuff to a known gangbanger, he shows you the gun, you shut up. You talk stuff with somebody, they talk about your mama and jump on you, you shut up. So in the future, keep that in mind, just shut up. Go ahead, you give me some background.
Well, like he said, I met him on Twitter. We started dating, we were together. First 2 years was good, started to go bad. I first want to let you know what kind of person that we are dealing with. He comes off very sweet, very kind, but he's a cold-hearted person. He's a manipulator, and he really does not care about anybody but himself.
That's not true.
My mother passed away January 5th. My sister passed a year prior. He went as far, I'm gonna get emotional. He went as far as to post online about my deceased mother and my sister, and I have proof.
Let's see it.
That's from his Facebook account.
Matt, because honor that at the same time, we were actually having a child together. I was asking her to see my son and all that, and then I asked her for 3 months, up to my birthday of April 25th, I was asking about my son and all that. When she gave birth to my son, she didn't contact me or call me.
Because at the time...
Hold on, ma'am. That's his excuse for saying these things about your deceased mother and your deceased sister. This is what you said about her mother and her deceased sister. Like mother, like daughter. Both B's is dead. I could care less on what was said.
This
Challenge
is somebody
me
that I was
so I
with
could
for
make
5
your
years.
world demolished so easily. How many times I gotta explain and repeat the same thing? Like family beating on family, but they claim it's a different thing. talked about her dead mother and her dead sister. Wow.
And not only that, he also harassed me online, and there's also things that he's posted about me online that I've printed.
That's enough. Yes, it is. Go ahead, sir, your personal property.
Okay, first of all, there was no excuse for what I said and all that. There's no excuse and all
Yeah, you shouldn't even brought mama in the picture. You're talking about somebody talking about your mama.
I apologize. I'm suing her for the studio equipment that I was left at the apartment.
How long did you all live together?
We lived for, I believe, almost 3 months together.
Okay.
After that,
How did you all happen to break up?
me and her were having problems together and all that. I told her I wanted to be done with the relationship. I want out. I would stay for the baby and all that until the baby, because she said, don't leave. Think of the baby, think of me and all that. So I said, okay, I'll stay until the baby is born. Then I'll go to my parents and then I'll come back. When that happened and all that, I had met someone else and all that. So I developed a relationship with the girl I'm with right now. After that, Herbert he came to visit the house and all that to do some recording and all that. When we get to do the recording and all that, we couldn't get anything done. We were too loud for her, and then when we were trying to do stuff in silence, she would always interrupt our progress. So he wanted to go back home and all. I took him home. When we were driving back to the thing, she had found the access to my email account, looked at it and saw that I'd been talking to a girl. She flipped out in the car and all that. I pulled over because I've had altercations with people and all that. So I pulled to the side because I didn't want nothing to happen to me or her.
We've heard.
Okay. We came back to the apartment and all that. I was saying I was going to take the stuff back that she had bought for me. She said, no, you're not going to do that. If you do, I'll call the cops.
Hold on.
It's not true.
You were going to take the things back that she had purchased
No.
for you. Hold on, ain't no. I just heard what you said. You said, I told her I was going to take the things back that she purchased for you.
Yes, Honor. And that.
Right.
Yes, but that
Hold on. She said, if you do, I'm going to call the police.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which is not true.
Which is, I don't understand. Maybe I'm confused. You gave me a gift, and I'm going to take those gifts back. And the response is, if you take your gifts back, I'm going to call the police on you. What crime is there to return a gift? This is what you said about her mother and her deceased sister. Like mother, like daughter. Both B's is dead. I could care less on what was said.
This
Challenge
is somebody
me
that I was
so I
with
could
for
make
5
your
years.
world demolished so easily.
Defendant Natasha Harris dated the plaintiff, and she claims after their breakup, the plaintiff badmouthed her deceased mother and sister on Facebook.
But go right ahead, sir.
The Honor, the stuff that I had purchased was on before I had moved to the apartment, I had already purchased. When I left and all that, I didn't want to take anything. I didn't want to take anything because at the time she wanted to basically say, I was gonna call. So I felt like if I take something, she might say I stole it. So I came back the same night with my mom. I took only just a few things, some clothes and shirts and some apparel.
Not true.
When I came back, I got a lawyer because a few days later, some of the stuff that I said she said was okay to take was the photography. It was the photography stuff and some styrofoam stuff for soundproofing and a camera. When I got back 8 days, on the 8th, she had texted me saying, where are you at? I have some mail to drop off. I was like, I don't know. When I came to the thing, they had kicked the door down and they said that she had said that I stole from her. When she had just been there with my mom saying, go ahead and take it, I want this stuff for the baby's room.
Not true.
What happened with your lawyer, sir, when you got the lawyer?
When I got lawyer, he said, basically, don't talk to cops. Basically, don't make any contact with Natasha.
Is that all? He
No.
said don't talk to her and don't talk to the police?
Don't talk to the police, and then do not talk to her at all.
How much did he charge you for that?
He charged me $1,500, which I
To
paid.
tell you those two things. All right, let's see. All right. And ma'am, let me hear your side.
Okay. We were living together for about 2.5 months. At the time, I was 8 months pregnant. Like I said, my mother passed January 5th, which is the same day I also found out that he had been cheating on me and that also he had stole $7,000 out of my bank account.
No, I didn't.
The day that my mother passed, we were on our way to take his friend home, who was his witness. We were on our way to take him home. On the way back, he was driving. Looking through my phone, I went to my internet. His Gmail popped up. In his Gmail were...
First of all, let me stop you, sir. The lawyer says they charged to defend you
Yes.
for criminal charges.
That's what she
But
explained.
that's not what you said. I said, what did the lawyer say? Well, the lawyer just said, don't talk to her and don't talk to the police. Okay, is that all the lawyer said? Yes. And how much did the lawyer charge you to tell you that? $1,500. Then you hand me that. And indeed, it says absolutely nothing about that. Instead, it says you were charged with a crime and they had to defend you and negotiate the charges against you.
Yes.
That's what it said they had to do. And when you get a lawyer to negotiate charges against you, you've seen some evidence yourself. They say, oh, I better get a lawyer. Go ahead, ma'am.
When I opened his Gmail, which was already logged in on my phone, I seen the text messages between him and the woman that he is with now.
I don't want to hear about that stuff.
Okay.
Just go ahead
also
about his
seen-
property.
I also seen pictures of my ID and bank card in his email, which I don't have proof of because it was later deleted.
That's your counterclaim
Yes,
for stealing your money.
yes.
How so? What did he do?
He made a lot of charges on different websites, different things online, just online purchases. I went to the bank. I got all my bank statements from October of last year to January. All my bank statements.
When did you all break up?
January 5th, the day I found out my mother passed, and also
January. And your statements that you're going to hand me begin in what year?
December 18th, 2013.
December?
18.
All right.
2013.
2 weeks before you broke up.
Yes.
All right. And they go how far?
They go all the way up to December.
So he made charges for an entire year after you broke up? Is that what you're saying?
No, he started charges October of 2013, and they ended in December.
But you broke up.
We broke up January 5th of 2014.
So when he was making the charges, you all were going together.
Yes.
And you didn't notice it
No.
for 3 months?
At the time, I was 8.5 months pregnant. I was on bed rest, and I was really, really sick.
Did you look at your bills?
Yes. What was happening was when he was making these purchases online, he would lie and say he didn't get something, and they would put the money
No,
back
but
into
you
my
would see
account.
that the purchases were made. Sounds like you all broke up, got upset. I'm concluding that neither of you are proving your case. Case is dismissed. Have a good day.
I don't have nothing to say to him.
Me, I'm just saying, well, we have a kid together and all that, so
I have nothing to say to him.
Well, it
I
doesn't
will
matter.
see
She
you
doesn't
in
say
court.
nothing to her, but I'm gonna take care of my son. Do the right thing. That's all that matters.
I'll see him
Turn
in court
out.
about our son, and that's all I have to say.
I'll see you in court too.